progressive kids, I'm Tan, Evaristo Veracruz, and you're on 40 Mexico. The only space where we unmask those who feel they own the country, and where the truth burns more than a Havana chili pepper in an open wound or sayayod. Oh man, family, hold on tight, because today we bring you a program that's gonna throw sparks. It turns out that the rancid right, the one that still smells of mothballs and the privileges of Santa Fe, is on the loose. Now it turns out that they're all defenders of democracy, champions of justice, and experts in human rights. Do me a damn favor. If Don Daniel Cosillo Villegas saw them, he'd die all over again, but from laughing. These PRI and PAN characters, who for decades used the Constitution as a napkin to wipe up their mess, are now tearing their clothes because the fourth transformation is cleaning house. They're claiming authoritarianism, a dictatorship, of the world, end of the world. Wait a minute. Don't get ahead of yourself, because here we have memory, and memory is the worst enemy of a conservative with selective amnesia. Look, here's the truth. The rancid stench that comes from the columns of the Alcornia newspapers is unbearable. They complain about electoral reform. They say it's an attack on institutions. I'm tired of how hypocritical they are. Have they forgotten about 2006? Have they forgotten when Luis Carlos Ugalde and his henchmen at the IF hid while they sold the presidency from Mr. Obrador? There was no attack on democracy back then. There was institutional certainty there. No kidding, damn it. Back then, the electoral system was their petty cash in their employment office for their cronies. Today, when they want the people to choose and spend less on gilded bureaucracy, they're up in arms. President Claudia Sheinbaum has been clear. It's not about destroying, it's about serving. But since they serve the interests of the companies that paid for their campaigns, of course it hurts their pockets. And to clarify, we are going to refresh your memory with a hard fact, the kind that would make Alito Moreno have a fit. They complain about the alleged militarization and the use of force. Wow, how shameless they are, huh? Do you remember the case of Ernestina Asensio in 2007? A 73-year-old indigenous woman raped and murdered by soldiers in the mountains of Veracruz. And what did the government of Felipe Calderon, Commander Borolas, do? He came out and said that she had died of chronic gastritis. Chronic gastritis, gentlemen, that was the level of contempt for the people. That was the rule of law that those who write alarmist editorials today defend. While they covered up massacres and human rights violations, today the 4T opens files, seeks justice, and repairs the damage. The difference is that before the army was used to repress, and today it is used to build trains, airports, and protect people without massacring them, pumpsicking them. But that's not where it ends, progressive children. The right is very worried about the economy. They say that we are going to turn into Venezuela every other day. Oh, please, if this government has shown anything, it is that you can have healthy finances without asking permission from the International Monetary Fund or handing your butt over to foreign interests. The peso is strong, investment is coming in, and most importantly, money is coming in, and it does not remain in the hands of middlemen who bought mansions in Miami. Columnists like Loretta Mola or Brozo, who are now the champions of freedom, do not say a word about how they got rich during the neoliberal period. They were the official spokesman for the looting, and now they feel persecuted because no one believes their airport alert fabrications anymore. Let's discuss health, as they're really over the top there. Organic intellectuals criticize the IMCS Bienestar system. They say it's a disaster. Wait a minute. They've already forgotten that they left thousands of hospitals half-built. They were just concrete shells that they used to divert resources, stolen medicines, water-based chemotherapy, for children in Veracruz with Duarte. That was criminal. Today, millions of pieces of medicine are being distributed, and the work of doctors is being dignified. Oh. Of course, since they can no longer charge bribes for medicine, the system doesn't work. The reality is that it hurts them that the people have access to what used to be a privilege for those who could afford private hospitals. And look, to close on a high note, let's talk about international dignity. Before, we had presidents who would go to the United States to ask for permission and say, eat and leave. Today, we have a president who stands in front of Trump, Biden, or whoever, and tells them Mexico is sovereign Imarin. That dignity is not good for conservatives because they have always had the soul of colonized people. They would rather be someone else's backyard than own their own home. But the people have already woken up, and that is the greatest achievement of the 4T, that people are no longer fooled by bombastic words and designer suits. So progressive children, stay informed, keep questioning, and above all, keep laughing at this opposition. That makes no sense. I'm tired of being on the right track. No.